talk then. Someone should talk. It's obviously already a shambles. Can you believe that? I'm amazed that we're back on the air and it's already a shambles.
What are you doing?
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking, no one was speaking, the record was ending, no one was speaking, it was just well, I might shut off. Already, I might shut off. It's like nothing's changed.
Boys are back in town, on XFM 104.9. We're back then, haven't we, Carl? I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington. I'm not coming back, I'm definitely not coming back. Oh, care someone, care that I'm not coming back.
Rick, I seem to remember the end of the last time we were on, what was that, 3 months ago?
Yeah, 3 months ago.
Carl said he's never going to do the show again. There was nothing that was going to bring him back.
Yeah.
He didn't enjoy it, wasn't going to do it.
All a ruse, right?
Really?
Yes. I've known him coming back for about 2 months, you know, because he's got our agent now, representing him.
I thought he was a fool,
really.
Why?
Well, what's he done for me?
What's he done for us?
No, I know, but I mean, he's your agent, so, and he's sort of calling Graham. And it was all a con, so Carl could get Mondays off. Poor Graham, the station's struggling enough as it is.
Yeah.
It's like running around like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
No one's listening, That's why I don't bother talking on a record then, because there's no loss to London.
Sure.
Right? It's pointless, this show. We don't do it for the money, we don't do it for the kudos. I don't know why we do it.
No.
There's anything on telly at this time, I'm gonna have to lie in.
I know.
But, it's all a ruse to get Mondays. He's got Mondays off now, because he has to do the show, 2 hours, right? And he's still getting paid. And it's all a con, because he knows that he's holding him over a barrel, and it's like, oh, we've got to keep Carl happy. Right?
I had Mondays and Tuesdays off before Duncan got involved.
No, but you know what I mean, though? And it's like, poor Graham, who's the MD, in charge of the thing, probably pulling his hair out, worrying about the station, right? You know, it's a sinking ship. And then Carl comes along, well, I'll do it, but I want Mondays off. He's probably sitting home now, his family, he's probably ridiculed by his wife.
His kids almost certainly would have lost all respect for him, that he's been fooled by Karl Pilkington.
He calls his mates and goes, oh, I'm busy, Graham, I don't, I can't think. It's just...
It's embarrassing.
But do you know what I mean? And you think it's funny, and you think you've got one over him, he's going, oh, Monday's off for 2 hours. Yeah, you do. You think, and now you're now embarrassed, we've said it on air. But you're only conning yourself in the long run, because... Do you know what I mean? I hate that sort of, the world owes me a living, what can I get out of the world? What are you gonna give back to the world, Carl? What are you doing now then? You're gonna prepare Mondays?
No, I told you,
what have you prepared for this show now? You've had 3 months to prepare.
Yeah.
What have you got? What have you got for us? Okay, what's happened in the last 3 months?
What? In this place or just my life?
Well, what have you got for us? With 3 months, we're cloning about. You get Mondays off, you're getting paid for it, you've got a cushy deal, you're having a laugh, you're taking the piss out of the management, right? So, what have you got for us?
Give it to us.
I've kind of, updated Rockbusters a bit.
Right, brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, so... And, you said don't mess with it. If something's good, don't mess with it.
What do you mean it wasn't good?
It was never good!
It was never good,
No,
of course we had
good.
to fix it.
It was fun to do, it was a laugh. I mean, I imagine it was much more fun for me than the 450 listeners. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed squeezing your head and dressing you up.
No, but that's just it. When I had a meeting with Graham, right, I said, look, I'm not being funny. I don't want to do it anymore. I've had enough of it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, what's up with you? You sounds like you have a right good laugh. I said, yeah, but that's all good acting and stuff. I said, it's hell in there. I said,
like he's talking about Vietnam.
Yeah.
I
said, having my head squoze, right?
What? Squoze is still not a word. We've been away 3 months, it's still not a word.
Right? Yeah. I said he's putting a dustbin lid on my head.
Yeah. You told this to the MD!
He's hitting me with a tray. Yeah. He's chucking toilet paper at me.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, but that's all over 2 years. I said, no, that was the same day.
Okay then, what has changed in 3 months? They're listening, they've been listening for 6 minutes now, come on, give us something.
Bit of Nickelback.
What's happened in 3 days?
Well,
3 months?
What, in my life or in here? Nothing's happened here, nothing's changed here.
Right.
But, I don't know, do you know last time we were on?
Yeah.
Right? And, I was telling you about the woman over the road, where I live.
The one that walked around naked?
There's a woman who walks about the flat naked,
this is when, Carl was watching a woman naked, then she looked at, saw him looking, so what he did, this is the genius he did to get out of this, he pulled his pants down, so he was naked too. His girlfriend comes in and goes, Carl, what are you doing? He went, I can't tell you now, but don't look out of the window. Yeah, go on, sorry.
That woman, she's bought some blinds.
Nickelback Someday on XFM 104.9.
How old's the bloke from Nickelback? He looks about 40.
It reminds me of, you know when a kid's made up a fate to look like a lion?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the Wizard of Oz lion.
Yeah.
But, you know, good tune. I'll be controversial. I think rock rules the world again, Steve.
Well, I would hope so, mate. I hope so.
Do you know what I mean?
Are we going to hear some rock later in the show?
We're going to hear lots of rock.
Excellent.
In fact, I might even play a little bit of Rainbow.
Blimey.
Just to, you know, we've got the darkness, but
Sure.
I want to remind them where it all came from.
Yeah.
You've heard the Liz.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to hear the Bow.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for that. No, just high five.
Yeah. So, Carl.
Keep it real.
Here we are then.
Oh, incidentally, before we carry on, I just thought, it's weird, I was reading some of the fan emails and stuff we've got, and one of the things a lot of people like, it divides the listeners, is your laugh. It's interesting. Some people love it, they find it infectious, they find it adorable.
I mean, close up in a small space, like a kitchen or something, it's annoying. Like, Carl was annoyed, because I squeaked in his ear earlier, didn't I?
Sure.
Why did I laugh?
He was on the toilet?
I think I squeezed his head again, didn't I? And he said, no, it's not 1 o'clock
He doesn't like the squozing.
The squozing head.
But
it's the squozing one.
The funny thing is, right, we were out a few weeks ago with a mate of mine, right, and he went to squeeze me head, right, give it a squoze.
Sure.
And I was like, don't do that, you know I don't like it, right? And Ricky said to me, mate, yeah, he doesn't like having his head squoze. As if it's like Marmite. As if some people love it,
yeah,
and some people hate it.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Well, anyway, there was a little taster of the laugh. That was more the kind of deep, throaty laugh, the belly laugh, but there's that kind of high-pitched squeak that you do.
When I've got to get air out quickly, because I'm going to burst. Sometimes I laugh so much that my liver and all, they try and get out to it, so I have to get out really fast, like a siren.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that how you explain the fact that you're quite fat?
Yeah,
that's just laughter waiting to come out. Every time you laugh, you become a svelte young thing, like Brett Anderson.
Oh dear.
Well, anyway, it reminded me of the game that you and I used to play in our very early days of XFM, when it was literally
Make Ricky Gervais laugh.
Make Ricky Gervais laugh, which was a great game. I
remember the first one. It was that fella drinking a pint of beer.
Yeah.
I remember the very first time.
It never. I tell you what, it's not great.
Though? Ant and Dec do it now. They actually. It's very similar to Make Ricky Laugh. It's called Make Ant Laugh.
Interesting.
So
many of our great ideas have been stolen.
Yeah.
Or stoled.
Stoled, yeah.
And anyway, I was looking through the paper in the week, and there was a picture which which I think might be a Ricky Gervais, Make Ricky Gervais laugh. I don't know. Again, obviously, it doesn't really work for the listeners at home, but I'll try and do my best to describe it.
Can we stop saying my name because it's like a Dave Gorman project? Can we just stop? It's getting. They say a word often enough, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Let's stop saying Ricky Gervais.
Well, what we're going to refer to you as? All right. Well, Make Fatty Laugh is a new game. I'm trying to get one of those squeaks of a laugh. I'm concerned because I know.
I'm not a monkey. I'm not
sure, you're not a performing monkey.
No, okay.
I know that.
Right.
But anyway, let me just briefly summarise the story for those at home.
Okay.
The headline was Mum 48, a mother of 48 seduced boy of 14.
Well, that's not funny.
Not her own boy, obviously, but a neighbourhood child.
I don't think it's a funny story so far.
He said Grand Lana Allen, 48, led him upstairs and undressed to her waist, then took his trousers off. Okay, bear that in mind. This is a quote from him, right? Bear in mind, he's a 14-year-old boy, he's quite excited about this. He says, then we had sex, it was every boy's fantasy. Alright?
You're gonna show me the picture of her now, aren't you?
So it's a picture of her.
Oh, this is not...
Bear in mind...
This is... Okay.
In his own words, Rick.
Right.
In his own words, this was every boy's fantasy.
Okay.
Here's the picture. It's a silent laugh. He's collapsed on the floor.
I wasn't expecting that! I was thinking it looked like a fat man! I was not expecting that! Oh my god! Oh god! She looks like the drummer of Iron Maiden!
She looks a bit like Lemmy. But I tell you, she looks like reminds me of most. Did you see those?
They've got one with a fag on as well.
I know.
That's it with them out of makeup though.
Carl, have you seen Every Boy's Fantasy?
You should see. Oh god! Oh.
Have a look, Carl.
Oh god.
How old is she?
48.
Oh god. Oh, 48. That's lovely. Nothing wrong with that.
I'll tell you, if you weren't lucky enough to see the picture, she looks just like the oldest man in the world. His photos in newspapers and on the web for a while. He was about 135 or something.
It's come to our attention that the Allied forces, all around the world, in active service, fighting for their country, even though they're in danger and they're missing their loved ones, they all have one thing in common. The love of one man, the respect of one fellow soldier. He's a civilian, but he's one of them. He is, to some, just a little bald-headed fool. Karl Pilkington. Karl, what do you think? What do you think of this? It's an honour, isn't it, to do this?
Yeah, it's alright, yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, there's people out there, Karl, they're fighting in Afghanistan, Iraq, all over the globe.
They're in a dark building. They're not breaking radio silence.
Morale, often low. There's one man they can turn to cheer them up.
Come on, they want some words of encouragement, some words of wisdom. Something to keep them going. A message to the troops. Come on.
Go, Karl. What is it?
You're like their Winston Churchill.
I don't know what to say to him, really.
Do you know any soldiers?
Well, yeah, my brother was one, wasn't
he? Yeah, but he got kicked out.
Why did your brother get kicked out of the army?
Well, there's a few things. I think you get a few chances. I think the final straw was nipping out for some fags in a tank.
Just think of that! Just think of that! Amazing. And just see that, just a little corner shop, just like things shaking, jumping off the shelves, and they're going, what is this? What is going on? 20 Rothmans, please.
Yeah, there was loads of things. It was that. What else did he do? I think the sergeant wasn't happy that my mum wrote the sergeant a letter trying to get my brother out of going to Northern Ireland.
What did she say? I love this.
What did she say?
Wow.
She wrote a letter. Like, trying to get him out of PE.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It was all
He's had a chesty cough.
Let's not forget, your mum is a person who put Tippex on a spider so your dad couldn't kill it, so she knew it was the right spider. In case your dad killed a real spider, then thought, I better replace it. I mean,
it wasn't just that. It was Tippex, so that when my dad was vaccing up, or my mum was vaccing up, it stood out. It wasn't like branding a sheep.
Right.
It was there, so it stood out, because they used to have, like, what's the name? Laminate flooring.
Right.
And my dad changed it to darker carpet. So all of a sudden, you couldn't see it anymore.
I've never heard anything like this.
I don't remember this story. She had a pet spider? What do you mean? It was just a spider.
Yeah, she kept a spider. They had a spider, but then it became a pet because it was there all the time, as opposed to just getting rid of it straight away. Like, because you didn't clear it away straight away, suddenly it's a pet. It's
a house spider, because they live in houses. You make them welcome, they get rid of other little bugs and termites and stuff. My brother's left home, I've left home, my sister's gone. It's something for my mum, innit? She's got a budgie. There's only so much you can do with that. It's not as free, is it, as a spider?
Right.
So she just looks after that one. They live for about 8 years.
I'm bored of a budgie. Get yourself a spider.
Anyway,
they live in holes.
That's a different thing altogether. She just wrote to the sergeant and said, just sort of, look, I didn't want him to join the army. It was his dad. He didn't get a job. His dad told him, if you don't get a job, you're going to join the army. He ended up joining. He's joined at a bad time. He hasn't had enough practice at this yet. Can you just let him off?
Surely that's for them to decide. Yeah, she's on there going, he can't shoot for toffee.
Yeah. He was alright about it. The only thing that really annoyed him is my mum started off the letter by saying, hello, Chuck.
Not appropriate.
And he called back, though. He did call her and said, look, I don't appreciate it being called Chuck and stuff, but I got your note. A lot of mothers are in the same boat.
Sorry, he actually mentioned don't call me Chuck.
Yeah, he brought it up, because it's all about respect, isn't it? And
well, she's a civilian.
Yeah, but I suppose it's respect still. He's putting his life on the line. Someone's saying, all right, Chuck.
So he phoned back and he said, presumably, well, I mean, if I was him, I would have, not only would I have sent him to Northern Ireland instantly, I'd have put him in the most dangerous spot.
Yeah.
I mean, as punishment. To get your mum to write a letter?
No. He didn't ask my mum to do it. She did it off her own back.
He was probably horrified, wasn't he?
Oh, wow.
Imagine that. The sergeant major go, attention, got a little letter here. Let me read it to you. Hello, Chuck. Just reads it out. And he goes, Pilkington, come here, you horrible little man. Imagine him reading out in front of the troops.
I remember sort of looking up to him thinking, he's in the army, I want to do that. He used to come home quite a lot. but he used to do me dad's head in because he'd turn up with like a wagon with like a load of his mates in it, just turning up on sort of, you know, we didn't have any notice. Just turn up and he'd bring them all in. Come on, he'd be drinking my dad's whiskey, it'd kick off, my dad saying, get out.
Mind the spider.
And,
don't tread on the spider.
Yeah, he used to just turn up with like half of F Troop and they'd just take over the house. And my dad used to be on night, so he'd hear all this going on, come down and go, what's going on, get out. He's going, oh, we've come on, get out. So it'd sort of kick off a bit, I'd see him for a few minutes and then he'd drive off again on the truck.
Not a model soldier then?
Well, what's a model soldier? I don't know. I mean, I always thought it was good. When I was younger and, you know, he joined, I was like, oh, I'm going to do that when I get older. And my dad always said, you won't be able to cut it. He said, you can't do it.
Oh.
And I said, no, I can. Look how good. Because I used to make my bed really neat.
Right. So it's mainly housework you were good at.
Yeah, you're probably better off as a mum.
No. It was like, because it has to be immaculate, doesn't it? They look for no creases and that, and I was a bit paranoid with my bed. Just with the duvet and that. I used to...
Duvet? Do they have duvets?
Well, I don't know, but just making the bed pride in appearance of the bedroom.
Yeah, it's all about discipline.
Once
I
made it, no one could sit on it. I used to get all stressed out and feel sick if someone came in and sat on my bed after I'd made it. So don't be coming in. And it was annoying because that's where the CB was. So everyone used to come in to have a go on the CB and sit on my bed. They'd be going, don't sit on my bed. Made it.
Right.
Why do you used to feel sick?
It was a bit of a thing. I just didn't like it.
Bit of,
it's like I've gone to the trouble of making it. Why have you just come in and sat on it? I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, but hold on though. You do that in the army. Sergeant Major comes in and goes, "What are we doing?" And he does it for a laugh. He turns over your bed. He pulls out your locker. He gobs on your shoes. Right? He goes, "Start again, you cunt." What are you gonna do? Gonna be sick? No, you're gonna go, "Yes, Sergeant Major, I'm gonna start again."
No, I'd say, why did you do that? I'm missing home as it is. I'm stressed out. I'm just trying to make me surroundings as nice as possible.
Teddy's on the floor.
You keep coming in and messing with it. Can you not do that?
Who are you talking to, you little bald cunt?
Maybe my dad's right then, because he said my dad sort of said the bed making's all right. He said, but you're not that good with laces.
Wow, did you have to tie your laces?
Well, I just never been that good. I can tie them, but they never sort of stay tied for a long time.
I have never seen him tie his laces. I've realised that. He always comes in. Does Suzanne do them for you?
Is he a little mank, one of those little mank trainers where they're all tucked in, where you don't see the laces?
I tend to just get a good knot on them and then just leave them and kick them off, and then they're tied permanent.
So you've got slip-on laced-up shoes, basically?
Yeah. I don't like laces.
But they can't be tight
I don't understand
enough.
why laces are good anyway when you're in the army, especially with boots. You have boots with like about 60 holes in them. If you're in a rush, if you're in bed, you get out of the bed, you make the bed, the sergeant comes in, rips it apart again, he's going, there's a war, and you're going, stop messing with the bed. And then I'm there trying to put my boots on, you got 60 laces. I don't understand why Velcro hasn't been used. Velcro is ideal for a war situation. You're in bed, whoo, siren goes off, you jump out. Why do you want boots with loads of laces?
Well, that's a thought for the...
If there's any top brass listening. How would you cope, Carl, in a war situation? Ignore the mechanics of being a soldier. I'm talking about the fear. I mean, these men and women are brave beyond compare. Constantly under duress.
I was told he had good pain threshold.
By whom?
A woman at that face rub place I went to.
Right.
She, because they ask you when you go in. She said, what's your pain threshold like? I said, I don't know. Try and avoid it. She was going, yeah, but, you know, would you say you're very, very good, medium, or bad?
I can't imagine you getting hurt much because there's the signals to the brain. You've got, you know, it's dulled, isn't it, with you? So you don't really...
Yeah, but then Suzanne always moans at me when I'm going, oh, God, my wisdom teeth is aching. She's going, oh, shut up.
She's going, you haven't got any wisdom teeth, you dopey cunt.
No, she just always goes, I had it, and I didn't make a fuss, but it's one of them things that you can't get through to people pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they don't know what your pain threshold is. So, like I say, I've got brilliant pain threshold. I'm saying my tooth's hurting. She's saying, oh, shut up. But she doesn't know. I think I've talked about it before about giving someone the pain that you've got. So you go, there, have a feel of that. I'm in agony here.
Yeah, but you've made it up that you've got a high pain threshold. This is not scientifically
the woman told me. The woman told me.
Well, does she know?
Because I haven't got to it yet. When I had the face rub, she was sticking electric into my head. And she was going...
What? sort of place is this? This wasn't a spa!
No, it was. It's what we do now.
Jesus Christ!
What, she, I don't know, so she just plugged something into the mains?
She plugged something in and rolled it
Did
over.
she have an assistant called Igor? Was it in a castle in Bavaria?
She plugged this thing in, rolled it over my head, and said, "Is that hurting?" I was going, "No." And she went, "Oh, right." And she said, and then by the end of it, she said, "Look at that, I had that on full." I said, "What is it?" She said, "It's an electric current that does something." I was going, "Really?"
That does something. She's a scientist.
And yeah,
Pain yet?
she said, "Now, when you fill out that form, just put you're really good at pain threshold."
But you're really good at You're going to come again? Well, yeah, 50 quid. I said, let's try it on your testicles next time. Right, let's have more monkey news. What have we got?
No, we've got
We've got so much to get into this show. Insults,
We don't need
stupidity.
the insults. I think we've got enough. We don't need the
Yeah,
insults.
there's no more insults. No more
What
insults.
angers me with Carl is, you know, he's been planning that.
No, I haven't. I was thinking about it on the way in because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'm not a big fan of it.
Condoms?
You bought your girlfriend a box of condoms for Christmas. I don't think you can have a go at me. To be fair.
No, but I don't just treat her on Valentine's. I'm always. Do you know what I mean?
You don't even treat her on Valentine's. You don't even treat her at Christmas or on her
Hang
birthday.
on.
When do you treat her?
Hang on a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute there. Oh, why I order.
her out.
Wait a minute. What was that? Tiffany Dog.
I treat your girlfriend better than you, and I've only met her twice.
I took her out last night and she enjoyed herself.
Where'd you go?
Until she had to write the check.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
To a chippy. A really.
Play a record!
It's a chippy.
No, a really quality one.
Right.
Oh, God!
Under a fiver for two.
Oh,
cold
nice
lots.
wrapping. Not newspaper, greaseproof paper.
And bread.
And bread. Ash. And sometimes on XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Right.
We've got so much to get through. Alright. London's shit, innit? Sorry. Shouldn't swear. On air, my studio.
Never swear on an on-air studio.
Yeah. Apologies. Not really swearing, is it? I'll tell you what swearing is.
Oh.
Yeah. Graduate. You're gonna play that again and give a winner. Give a winner.
Well, let's hear it. So it's Karl Pilkington featuring in The Graduate.
Yeah.
Well,
Here we go then. So, you ready for it? I've brought some condoms from home that Suzanne got for Christmas.
Benjamin,
What?
will you bring me a hanger?
A what?
A hanger.
Tell you what, I've got wood.
What?
Just saying, I've got wood. I've got metal ones as well. What sort do you want?
Either one would be fine.
Alright. There you go.
Are you afraid of me?
No. No, I've seen weirder things than you. Have I ever told you about the two lads I went to school with who had big heads? Webbed fingers as well, but not related, and weren't mates, but both had the same thing, which is a bit weird. Yeah, I'd never found out what was wrong with them.
Can I ask you a personal question?
As long as it's not about my head being round, because Ricky's always going on about that. He's saying I've got a round head.
Well, you can admit that, can't you?
No, it's. I'd say it's a normal sort of shape. It's just round.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you mean? So is yours. Head should be
It's
round.
nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm not ashamed. It's just a normal shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk. Look at your saggy arse. Anyway, get your knickers off.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh dear.
A classic, an Oscar-winning classic.
Oh, Karl Pilkington. In The Graduate. But what was the question, Steve?
The question was, which actor was Karl Pilkington taking the role of?
Well,
and
that's easy.
which
Everyone knows
actress
that.
was he performing opposite?
I know that.
And the answer's Ricky.
Hoffman.
Mhm.
And, Bancroft.
Anne Bancroft, Dustin Hoffman, and the $6.99 VHS cassette is going to Laura Gomez because she says that she'd be happy with the VHS, not the DVD. So, best of luck to her. I hope she enjoys that.
Alright.
Yeah.
What we do next week?
I've got loads of,
I quite like hearing Karl in a sort of seductive environment. It gives you another insight into him. It gives you another dimension.
I know. E.T. it is then. Or something.
Shall we have a wrap-off maybe next week?
Yeah,
The three
yeah.
of us.
Yeah, let's try and master the art of talking
Yeah, I see what
civilly
you mean.
to each other first before we start making it rhyme. Oh, dear.
Rockbusters, Carl?
Yeah.
I'm not a champion of Rockbusters, as you know, but I think it's overstayed its welcome. But I'm willing to go
Well, I
along
think
with
Carl's just giving the fans what they want here.
it. Okay.
It's a popular thing, isn't it?
Got some good prizes.
The press are behind it.
Let me tell you what the prizes are. It's a dance music compilation, Cream Trance Anthems 2003. We play a lot of trance on this
Well,
station.
I put that on quite a lot and danced to it
Exactly.
myself.
There's the original motion picture soundtrack to the forthcoming film adaptation. When you've seen the film, I'm sure that will mean more to you.
You
It's
like
a
that,
good-
don't you?
It's a good movie, yeah. Nicolas Cage
I haven't
playing
seen
himself
it.
and a twin brother. And it's written by Spike, it's directed by Spike Jonze.
Joined at the, what?
No, they're not joined at the hip at all, or at the face. And we've also got the best one-hit wonders album in the world ever. What have we got on there? We've got things like The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, brilliant.
Nana, 99 Red Balloons.
The Rembrandt. In fact, it kicks off with Nana.
Sure.
That's followed up by I'll Be There For You, the theme from Friends by the Rembrandts.
Yeah.
And of course, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something.
Brilliant. Deep Blue Something. Is
What
that the
happened
worst
to
name
them?
ever?
I think it possibly is.
No, Sixpence None the Richer.
Sixpence None the Richer
That's
is
a
quite
pretty
good.
bad name.
Okay, again, I know we've got a lot of chill-out fans who listen to us, so the best chill-out album ever.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, of course, all these prizes collated by Carl from, I guess, people's drawers.
Yeah,
maybe their
look in the
bags.
drawer, look in the drawer.
Oh, dearie me.
What is it?
The only thing probably worth having is a, I mean, it's topical, if nothing else, Carl. A 7-inch by the White Stripes. Merry Christmas from the White Stripes. That was their exclusive
Brilliant.
Christmas single. So if you
So
it's
that's early, isn't it? That's
It's
you
worth
get that.
something. It is worth
A lot of people got to wait 11 months before that's released. Or is it last Christmases?
Exactly. And I have never heard of this DVD.
Go on.
I like to think of myself as being fairly familiar with TV and films, but I have never heard of Stephen King's Rose Red. Welcome
On
to
DVD.
a place evil calls home. And it's on DVD, it's certificate 12, so don't imagine anything too shocking. And it looks appalling. Is Rose Red Mansion truly haunted? To find out, Professor
Okay, we've got the gist of it. They're
It's a
not
living
very
place
good
of dread.
prizes. They're cobbled together, but if you've got nothing better to do, call in if you know the answers to these clues. It's Rockbusters.
Let's not let
Right,
them call
so
in, Rick.
I
Please don't
give
let
you-
these people call in.
I
No,
give you
they're
some,
not calling in. It's email only. Carl, don't interrupt me.
I'm just
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Email only. I can't stress that enough.
We just don't want to speak to you people.
Right, go on.
right. So I give some initials out and a cryptic clue, and it makes up the answer and that.
Well, sometimes it does, yeah. Go on.
There's two of them. There's a new aspect which I'll explain about in a minute.
Oh,
So the first one is cryptic clue is, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been all right. And the initial there is B, right? So, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been all right. That's B, right? Band or an artist. Second one, why are them Jamaican fellas swinging fish around their head?
Okay.
All right,
Just
initials
fills me with...
DS. DS. Why are them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head? Alright? And the final bit to Rockbusters. It's a new bit. Last week I played you this.
Look at his face, goes along with it.
That's someone beating up a dog. That was Smack My Bitch Up, right? So, here's some sound effects and that, and they make up a song.
I could listen to him talk
Hang
all
on,
day.
let's have a listen to the effects.
That's terrifying.
Right, I told you not to play that one, it's rubbish. No one will get that.
Well, we'll see.
I heard that, I can't always listen to one thing, I said it's rubbish, no one will get it.
No, it's not the one you think it is. Ah, right. So, email in, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk and you can win that stuff.
I'm a little bit confused. I'm here. I've heard what you're saying. We've discussed this in the past. I don't know what's happening.
What's
The
that?
first-
Is that a clue? That's a cryptic clue, that screaming to a song, is it?
Do with screaming.
Well, don't say it!
So
It
that-
should stand up by itself, don't give him any clue!
Hang on a sec. So this is the name of a song. It's not a band or an artist.
Yeah,
the sound
that's-
effects.
that's-
So the
a song.
first two are bands or artists, and the last one is the name of a song.
I said we should abandon this. I said we should just pack it in.
What, the show?
Yes.
So, Rockbusters then.
Yeah.
Get these out of the way, we're running out of time now.
I have to say now that we've
So-
had no answers that have attempted even to guess all three.
Right, you see, that's because you're an idiot. Right, okay, right, do the questions and the answers, and, if I think that it's either too hard or ungettable because it's stupid, we're binning it.
Alright.
I thought we'd already binned it, I'm annoyed that...
Right, come on, do it quickly.
The first one was, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, he would have been alright.
Right, what's the answer?
That was B.
What's the answer?
Busted.
Right, that works,
Busted,
alright.
that's fair enough.
Did anyone get that? I assume some people got...
No. People have given up, Rick. People aren't even bothering to contribute.
Right, what's the next one?
They've just ignored it like it never happened.
Busted.
Second
one. Busted.
Why are them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head?
Go on.
That was DS.
Yeah.
70s band, Trout Spinners.
The Detroit Spinners have become the D-Trout Spinners.
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant.
And then the final bit, I'll play you some effects. They went like this.
Let's hear this. It's terrifying, Carl. It's sinister.
Well, what's happened there? What was happening?
No, what's the answer?
That was, Born Slippy. The woman was having a baby, the doctor tried to grab it, it fell onto the floor.
That's in your head, Carl.
That's just a load of screams.
That's
and
in
noise.
your head.
Oh.
Do you know what? I haven't even got onto Born Slippy. I'm still on Trout Spinners.
Well, let's put a song, that's it.
I don't know what to say.
Steve, a song for the...
A song for the ladies, surely.
Did anyone get any of those?
And it's this guilt, and sometimes I'll hold it in, because I'm nervous I don't want to go back in there.
What annoys me is that, like, a posh award ceremony, it's £1 a piss.
It is £1 a piss.
Do you know what I mean? So, or
in a top hotel or something.
Yeah.
It's absurd, and I'll tell you what's worse than that. I know that he's doing it because he's got to feed his kids, but it's the fact that I've got to look him in the eye. You know, it's like he's humanised. You know, if he was only dehumanised, Rick.
Yeah.
If I could see him and I didn't think he was a human being, I wouldn't feel guilty. If he could sort of hide under the urinal, perhaps, or if he could hide underneath the sink,
like Thing from the Addams Family. He just puts out.
He could just pop a hand out, doesn't say anything, just hands me the paper
so you don't
towel.
even see, like, you know, hand go, and then I'd put £1 in, I'd take the thing, put £1 in, nick a lollipop and run away. No aggro.
Exactly, it's the fact I gotta see them and I feel guilty because, you know, I'm on the radio, I've got a cushy life.
I know.
Here's a guy who's just trying to make ends meet. It makes me feel bad, it ruins my evening.
Yeah.
I'm just pleading for them, can they not do it anymore? Can they maybe get a job, illegal mini-cabin or something? Please!
Born Again, Star Sailor on XFM 104.9. We're back. It's the 1st of November. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
It's the same old email address if people want to get in touch. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. We've had a couple of emails, Rick. Someone, actually Ian, he's emailed in. He said that because of the blinking postman, it's his wife's birthday today. She's had no cards or presents because presumably because she's got no friends, but also because of the postal strike.
But you won't be able to use that excuse for Suzanne's birthday again because she knows that the postal strike won't be on around that time.
All right, Carl. So. But anyway, so would you just say happy birthday to Tracy?
Have those condoms run out yet that you got for Christmas? Carl.
I've still got them.
Have you?
Just say happy birthday to Tracy.
Happy birthday, Tracy. And hello to Aidan, who's thrown in to let us know he's actually listening in Northern Ireland.
Oh,
so we've gone international.
Sure. Now there's also a questionnaire has been sent in by Ruth Chamberlain at Cordwainers College. Cordwainers College seems a weird. Cordwainers.
It used to, yeah. It's either used to be a poly or a laundrette. I think it's yeah.
Anyway, it's something that she's doing for, she's studying product design for the fashion industry. And anyway, she's got, some questionnaire. And we're too busy and important to fill out the questionnaire. But we thought maybe you could answer it, Carl.
Look, Carl, look, he's yawning, he's looking round, he's only got to do 2 hours and he gets a whole day off, and he's getting paid for it. Do something, Carl. Be grateful. You've probably ruined a man's career. He's ridiculed now for doing this, that he's so weak, where he should have squozed your head and kicked you out of the building. So, let's have a little bit of effort. You've only got an hour and a quarter to do, then you get 2 days off, alright?
Alright.
Right, Carl, it's a questionnaire about happiness.
Oh yeah.
If there's one person... Well, that should answer it right where. The first question, Carl, on a happy scale of 1 to 10, where are you on the happy scale?
Is it at this moment, or in general?
Well, I would say generally.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't always have to, like, I mean, I think I'm happy in that, but I don't always show it.
You never show it.
No, but it doesn't mean I'm not happy in that. Like, I'm alright at the moment. I'd say I'm probably on about an 8. I was probably about a 9 when I woke up, right? And then, sort of fell out with Suzanne over her haircut.
Yeah.
Right? She went for a haircut and came back with something that I didn't like.
Sorry, what did you say? So when your girlfriend walked to the door, she had her hair done, you said, I don't like it. Alright?
Well, she could tell by the look on my face.
But don't you say, no, I'm happy with it, I just can't tell. I'm loving it.
Because then she might have it done again.
Oh, Carl, I just cannot get over you. I really can't,
No, but you haven't seen it. Right?
Oh,
So then I was fed up, but then I thought...
Sorry, what authority have you got to talk about haircuts?
Yeah, you had well, officially from a barber in Manchester above a railway station in a shack, it was £2 a cut, told you have the hair of a Chinaman. Well, you wish you had the hair of a Chinaman now, you got no hair. You're a little bald man with your mouth open, so don't... Is she listening to this, Suzanne? Sitting at home with a woolly hat on?
I don't know. But she knows now, doesn't she?
What did you say? What words
did
did
you
you
do
say?
about it,
I
though?
just said you look like someone out of Slade.
Interestingly, that's what I look for in a girlfriend.
Oh, God!
Which one is Slade?
That one with the funny hair.
Not Dave Hill.
Yeah.
The one with the crooked fringe and the goofy... She had her teeth done as well, did she? She had 2 front teeth put in.
Dumper.
So anyway,
So prior to that, you're on a 9. Then you saw the haircut, you're on an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Now
then,
what you want?
I'm probably on about a 6 at the moment.
Why? What's happened?
Well, while Star Sailor was on, bit more head squeezing going on. So, yeah, about a 5 or 6.
So generally speaking, what would you say you are?
About 4.
You're on a 4. Alright. What would you give someone who wasn't very happy? What would you give them?
What are you thinking, Carl? Depends why they're not happy.
They're low, okay, so what would you give them?
I mean, yeah, depends, innit? If it's someone who's just lost their arms and legs in an accident, you don't give them a lollipop.
Sure, or some mittens.
Yeah. You give them a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dare I say it, a smile.
A skateboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
You got to answer the question.
Alright, so hang on, let's assume that you've upset your girlfriend because you slagged off her haircut.
What are you
right?
gonna do now
feel
to go
guilty.
and make her happy?
How are you going to cheer her up? And not buy her a baseball cap.
I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it because I've got this to sort out, haven't I? So when I get home, get her some gel or something.
Oh, God! Oh, Christ.
Okay,
Oh.
and, alright, just name something that always puts a smile on your face, Carl. It always cheers you up. If you're feeling a bit blue, it always cheers you up.
A monkey, innit?
Learning something.
Right.
That's a bit weird.
I love the qualifier. That's a bit weird.
I think it was 2 different sentences. I think it was learning something. That's a bit weird.
yeah.
Oh.
Learning something that's a bit weird. Okay, and finally, if you could have something to make you happy, what would it be?
Little chimp, wouldn't it? Little chimp in a suit.
Well, don't answer for him. Don't put words into me. You can have anything you want. It'll cheer you up and make you happy. What would it be?
You can't say a skin of titanium. It's got to be something possible.
Yeah.
X-ray vision. No. What would you have? It can be conceptual. It could be world peace. It doesn't have to be, you know, a new watch.
Yeah, let someone else wish for that.
Sure.
That'd be a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why should you do it? And then someone else gets a nice new watch and there's world peace.
Exactly.
You're walking round, it's nice and peaceful, you know what time it is. He's swanning round, he's got a lovely new watch and there's no threat of him being bombed.
Exactly.
I'm quite happy the way I am, really. I don't really want
Are
that
you
much.
really?
But you're on a 4.
Yeah,
You're on a happy scale of 4.
Yeah, you're on a 4. Surely you want to get to 10. Surely the point of life is to be on 10.
Yeah, but what's a 10? Do you know what I mean?
No.
What's a 10?
Contentment, absolute contentment, joy
Bliss.
in your heart,
Yeah.
inwardly and outwardly. Not walking around with a little round mank head with your mouth open going, what's the point of that? I've done it once. Is that why you've still got all the condoms? You go, I've done it once.
What's the point of that?
Alright, we're gonna get over some hair gel. Come on! 10.
Just one thing that would make you happy. That would cheer you up if you were feeling low.
Tuesdays off as well? I'll have the MD just, you know, resign straight away, shall I?
I honestly don't know what would make me happy just like that. Because I am happy. I know you say I'm fed up and that.
Do you know what? Do you know? He said
right.
he wouldn't want to be too rich. He said because if I was too rich, then Suzanne would say, "Let's go around the world," He said he wants to be rich enough so they're happy in that they got their bathroom and everything, but they still can't afford any more holidays a year. Think of that wish. Think of that capping your wishes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Putting a ceiling on your ambition. I love it. It's genius. Look at his face. Play a record. You're an
It's
idiot.
like if you'd won that ticket round Charlie's Chocolate Factory, and he'd said, actually, Carl, I want you to take over the factory, it was a test. You'd have said, I just wanted to look around the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go back and live.
No, he just said, I'll work it, but I'm not working Mondays.
Exactly.
Play a record.
Imagine giving a chocolate factory to a kid.
I know.
Idiot.
Give it to the fat one at least, he'd enjoyed it more.
So, you know.
Sorry, how was this? What was this supposed to be achieving?
It was like a face rub.
You've gone in for a facial, and she's testing out what your pain threshold is?
Well, that's what I said. I said, hang on a minute, what do you mean? It's meant to be relaxing, this.
Yeah.
You didn't normally have whale noises happening, and now it's going to be me screaming. She said, no, it's just, you know, we have to ask, we have to make sure, because there is a bit of pain. You know, heat. There's heat into these hot cloths.
Bit of thumb screws. Let's get the thumb screws out now.
And plus all that kidney stone pain that I
But
had.
you just were in agony when you had the kidney stones. I don't remember you having this triumphant pain threshold. You gave up instantly.
Whinged.
Because you have to get seen. If I go in there and I'm going, I'm in agony, and they're going, you don't look like you're in agony. I'd be at the back of the queue. So you have to go in and go, and they're going, quick, get him in. So pain threshold is good for yourself, but it's not good for other people.
So you were bullshitting? You didn't feel pain at all?
I was in agony, but I can hold it off. I can sit there and be quiet and have a sweat on. But if you do that in a hospital waiting room, it'll be the little div who's coming with a pan on his head, who's screaming saying his head's throbbing. That's what I'm saying. So to get seen, you have to put it on. It's like a baby crying. There's nothing wrong with it. What's he crying for? He's probably hungry. Well, I'm hungry. I'm not crying. But that's what they use, isn't it, to get attention.
So you're braver than a baby, is what you're saying. You're braver than a baby. That's all we've established here.
In some cases, not in
When
others.
you fill out the form.
Not in others. Sometimes babies are braver. When are babies braver?
You can chuck them in a pool when they don't panic. I'm rubbish.
Sorry, will you leave my baby alone? No, I'm doing an experiment. Mr. Pilkington, will you stop throwing children in the pool?
No, babies.
You're barred from this swimming pool from now on.
I mean babies. It's the same way you can chuck one out of a window and it can land and it won't break its back. 'cause it's
No, that's not true.
Do not do
Do
that.
not do that.
If
That
you
is
are a
not
maniac
true. You
listening
cannot
to this-
throw a baby out of a window.
It's just what I've
Where
heard.
did you hear that? You're thinking of a cat, and don't throw cats out. Don't throw any living thing out of a.
it's just what I've
Where did
heard.
you?
You can't throw a baby out of the window and it won't break its back. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's just there's a certain height. It's all about us tensing up. We tense up, don't we? It's like how once someone who fell out of a plane, they passed out, and because they passed out when they landed, they were relaxed. They woke up, they were like, "Oh yeah, what happened then?"
Someone fell out of a plane. That's bollocks.
It's not, honestly.
How far up was the plane?
Oh, high up. It's a plane, isn't it?
Well, what's the lowest height that a plane could be at?
Even if it was at 30 feet, that's a height, isn't it, to fall without...
Yeah, well, exactly. But if it was higher...
Was the plane just on the runway?
No, it was iron up. It was high up enough.
Is this where you went for the holiday? We're going to up enough. Fuck me. Can't even talk.
So yeah, pain threshold. I'm very good at it.
So, would you say you've ever been brave? Because I was thinking, before we did this, I can't think of a time when I've ever been brave. I don't think I've been cowardly. I've just never been in a situation where I needed to be brave, particularly. I've always managed to avoid fights, conflicts.
Yeah.
See, when I was in Salford, I'd nipped to Greggs to get a pasty. I heard some bells going off. I came out, just thought, I don't know what that is. Went over to the car, sort of thinking, I can't wait to have this pasty when I get home. Cup of tea, nice cup of tea, maybe a bit of bread.
I love the fact that his head was just filled with food because he was buying food and thinking food. When he's eating, I'm thinking I'm eating food. Just one big globular mess of food cells in his head for the duration of the food experience.
I can remember that food thought going on now, and it was probably like 15 years ago. But I remember how happy I was. I'm out at the Greggs, I've got what I want, I'm on my way home, this pie's hot, it's going to be hot when I get home, it's going to be a nice cup of tea, bread.
These are the things you save, and yet you forget really important facts.
Yeah, he doesn't know why wars are happening, but he does remember this.
Yeah, but listen, this is why I remember it. Like I said, you forgot the bit that I said. A bell going off. I don't know what's going on there. I'm walking over the road, put the key in the car, I turn round, bloke comes running out the post office, obviously the bell's gone off, he's got a big shotgun, balaclava on, and he stops and looks at me. He's there with a big gun in his hand, and he's looking at me. And I wasn't scared. I just was thinking, does he want me pie? I remember thinking, if he said, I want that, I'd have to give it up.
So a man with a gun.
I told Suzanne, she said no, he was probably thinking about nicking your car. He's got your
What, he
key.
didn't have a car ready? He came,
No,
he
he
had the
legged it.
balaclava, the gun, and goes, fuck me, I forgot the car.
In the end, he sort of ran off down the back alley.
I love the fact that he looked over at you for a split second and you thought he might be interested in your
Was
pie.
there other people around? Were you sure this happened and you weren't reading a comic book?
No, it happened.
And so he looked you in the face. He saw
through
you.
his balaclava, he made eye contact, I looked at him, everything sort of stopped for a minute, and then he just sort of legged it off down the back alley.
And what did you say to the police when you obviously
I didn't, I just went.
Well, you were a witness to the crime.
Have me pie. Like I said, it was warm. It's not going to stay warm forever, is it?
But when it was on Crime Watch a few weeks later,
No, it wasn't. That's what was weird. I said to Suzanne, let's watch like Ground Reports tonight, see if I'm on the telly or anything. Nothing. Didn't even get reported.
Why would you be on the telly if you just ran
Just
away?
didn't say CCTV or something like that. If I was involved in it, they went, this happened today in Salford outside Greggs. Are you this man with the pie? I wanted to make sure I was well out of this one. Because Suzanne sort of said, oh, should you get involved? But you shouldn't get involved, because then I'm at risk, aren't I? Nobody
Well,
was
there you
killed.
are. We're back to bravery again, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah, it is bravery.
Go on then.
Next door but one, there's a fella there. He likes a drink. He came home late one night, banging on the door. Obviously forgot his key. He was trying to kick the door in. I looked out the window, and he was like thinking someone's breaking in. Right? I see it's in. I saw all the curtains twitching. He just went back to bed. Now I kept an eye on him. He kicked so hard, he fell back, dropped his curry, landed in the road.
Dropped his curry!
Right.
Oh God, why didn't he get a pie from Greggs? Because that lands and it's still fine.
So, anyway, he passes out.
Right.
Curry all over the shop,
Yeah.
head in the road. Cars come down that road,
Yeah.
sometimes pretty fast.
Yeah,
It's
of
night time. You could
Yeah.
get his head squashed.
Yeah.
Like I said, curtains are still a-twitching, no one's a-helping. I go out there, and I go, you alright? You alright? And he's totally off his head. He's obviously had a right skinful. He's going, oh, where am I? I'm going, you're outside your house, but you've got to get off the road, because you're going to get squashed. So he's like, oh, and he could hardly move, so I sort of picked him up, sat him on the pavement, sort of picked up the curry and stuff. Suzanne came out, what's going on? I said, oh, look at him, he's in right state. Anyway, he's sort of coming round a little bit. In the end, I said, where's your keys? Got him in his house, job done.
But that's not bravery.
That's not bravery.
There was no
There's
threat
no-
to
there's
you.
no-
It's just put yourself out of it for 2 minutes.
It is bravery, because he's out of his head. He could have thought I was attacking him. He could have swung at me. Now, the good
He's
thing
lying
is...
in the road, unconscious, covered in curry. This is not a threat.
It is a threat. I'm out on the street late at night. Someone could have come round the corner and thought I was mugging him. And then
what'd
they
they do?
attacked me.
Why would they attack you? They take
Because they
back
think,
what
what are you doing? People don't ask questions because you're not allowed to. Like with the sergeant, they chip in straight away. I know what's going on here. No, you don't. You don't know the full story. He's pissed up and there's curry all over it. It isn't blood. It's masala. You hear about this all the time, misunderstandings. Now, I helped him. The day after, he remembers, he comes round and he gave me some mincemeat that he had left over.
I love this! Where do you live? This is amazing! Oh my God!
So the thing is, it goes to show that I put myself out, he appreciated it, he said, you're right, the way cars come round here, I'd had a bit of a week, I'd had a lot to drink, good on you. Now, no one else chipped in. Now, it is bravery, kind of, because no one else went out there and helped. You didn't even know about that. It's only because you just asked. It was ages ago. I don't shout about it. I don't want an award. Have a go hero. I don't want any of that. I just did my
There's
bit.
no have a go hero about it.
Did you take the mincemeat?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was good stuff.
Yeah. That's better than a award in a way, isn't it?
I told him that. So, it depends. I think there's different ways.
Bag of mincemeat! I love that!
I was saved by a bald man. Slaughter my finest pig, mince the meat, and send it to him.
What about phrases from the war days? What about things like careless talk costs lives? What do you make of that?
Careless talk. I suppose just busy chatting in a trench rather than going out there.
No, it doesn't! It doesn't mean that!
Have another go. Careless talk costs lives. They used to have posters up all over London and other cities.
Careless talk
costs lives.
There was another one, there's another saying that means the same that might give you a clue. The walls have ears.
Yeah, but that just means don't be slagging someone off, because someone will hear it, pass it on, and then they'll end up fighting their own instead of who they should be fighting.
Well, no, you're almost there, but think about what you mean.
It's not about gossip, it's not about...
Well, in a way it is, but it's very specific gossip.
Much more important tittle-tattle.
Careless whispers.
No, that's George Michael.
Say again, what's the first one again?
Careless talk costs lives.
I don't know, I imagine it being like a...
Don't go shooting your mouth off about things you know about the war effort, because there might be a German spy in the pub, disguised as a barmaid. Oh, you're lovely, Tracy's going, yeah, I'm Carl. What do you know about the war?
That's true, that does happen. I remember my brother being in the army, he had the same thing. He was told not to, because he liked the women and that. Yeah. He was told, listen...
One of them might be a German spy?
Yeah. He said, don't be going out with German women, because they're quite muscly. And
could be a man.
There'll be a gang of them. No, and they'll do you in.
Sorry, your brother was told, don't go out with a gang of German women, because they're quite muscly and they might do you in.
Yeah, because it's all part of the thing. They sort of go out, like you say, pretending they're just like women out on the night, because he was in Germany for a bit, he was posted over there.
Right.
And apparently they target like British soldiers and that. And like I say, he liked his women. He'd just go along with it, thinking this is good. You know, Actung baby or whatever.
That's okay, and you too.
Hey, Actung baby.
Yeah. Actung baby.
Yeah.
And then, you know, got him in a headlock and good night Vienna.
Well done. Good night Vienna.
Why are these random German women just killing British blokes? What's the reason for this?
It was a proper thing. I remember him telling me mum, saying, oh God, I had a right dilemma. I met some women, German, couldn't go with them though because we were told that there might be, might be trouble. Really, yeah. Honestly, that's a fact.
British soldiers were getting beaten up by German women. This is not true.
Can't be.
Why? If you're caught off guard, you're just thinking, oh, you know, out with the ladies, and then they suddenly turn on you. It's a shock. It's a surprise element.
Why are they beating them up? You're presumably talking about the Cold War.
Because he's a soldier.
Yeah, but they were allies then. Well, when your brother was stationed in Germany, it wasn't occupied Germany. We hadn't invaded. It wasn't the German resistance. White Stripes, Dead Leaves and the Dirty Ground on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. We have got a great show lined up for you.
Absolutely.
Today it's just, Valentine's weekend, some love songs. Ooh. We've got some chat, and of course the competitions. I'll tell you what, I was walking here today, and the West End is crammed. There's helicopters, there's police, there's about 1 million people sort of just milling round, standing around with placards and stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but they've got too much time on that. They need a war.
You don't read the newspapers, do you?
Boring. Ooh, those boys can rock there. That's the Guns with all their roses. And Sweet Child of Mine. On XFM 104.9.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was good.
It rocks.
I hope the audience was playing it loud, like us.
Yeah. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Well, look at him yawning. How rude is that?
Karl, what's wrong with you, man? Have you been up late?
A little bit.
Girlfriend was away, wasn't she, yesterday?
Yeah, I always have a problem with that. I always have, because you don't go to bed, do you, early? Do you know what I mean? You sort of think... I just always find that thing that if, you know, you're used to living with someone...
Yeah.
One of you will go, let's go to bed, then you'll go, alright. But when you're on your own, you go,
You just forget to go to bed.
I just stay up.
Okay, stop eating now, Karl. You've ate all the food, that's just the plate. Alright, okay.
Yeah.
No, I stayed up and watched, there was a thing on about Dracula.
Right. What, Dracula?
And I found a flaw in it.
Go on.
Not the fact that he's the living dead and and drinks blood to stay alive and he doesn't reflect.
And he can turn into a bat.
Well,
and you can go on.
The mirror thing, you can't look in mirrors, can he?
Well, he can look in mirrors, but he can't see himself in a mirror.
Yeah. That still doesn't work.
Go on. It doesn't work at all, Karl. It doesn't work
Go on.
Well,
centre parting's always really neat.
His centre parting's always really
how does he do it if he can't look in the mirror?
Blood on the floor or something it was called. Rubbish.
I I love the flaw in the Dracula film is that his centre parting's too neat. How did he do it without a mirror? Ah.
Was it a documentary about Dracula?
No,
Yeah,
there was
the real Dracula.
Yeah, the real Dracula, the true
It's just a
story.
film. It had blood on the floor or something. It's called.
Yeah.
It's rubbish. From 1970.
Yeah.
Right, but you say that and watch that.
You know there aren't
Yeah,
really
that's right.
vampires in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still annoys you that his centre parting was too neat.
Well, if you're going to do it, do you know what I mean?
I'd like to see him with a fringe sort of pushed forward and maybe a hood up. All right, come to suck your blood and that. All right.
Yeah, just bits of tissue paper all over his face where he's cut himself shaving.
I can't see it. Bloody mirrors annoying me now, aren't it? I'd love to see that. A little mank Drac. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Well, that might be a film that we do in our movie.
Mancula.
Just getting onto that.
Mancula. Count Mancula. Alright? You got any rave? You got any rave music, huh? Huh? Got any Oasis or that? That'd be brilliant. He came from Manchester. Please welcome Mancula. Alright? That'd be great, wouldn't it? His hair's a mess. Well, I can't see a mirror, can I? Well, we've got a show lined up for you. Sad news for Rockbusters fans. It is going to be the last Rockbusters.
Does that mean that we are doing another one and it's the last one, or
We are
you've
doing
scrapped
another
it
one,
altogether?
and it's the last one.
Oh, man.
But a bit of a special one, Steve.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's just sort of done
What, it
on,
makes sense?
No, it's,
First time only.
no, it's done on accents, because I'm running out of, like, clues and that to use.
Oh, is this as good as the Jamaican one? The D-Trout Spinners.
The trout spinners.
That doesn't work at all.
A bit like that.
Okay, so go on, what's the gist of this one?
Well, it's just, I've been the sound effects bit, that didn't really work out. So there's 3 sort of cryptic clues.
Yeah.
And,
Sort of cryptic, yeah.
it's done on accents, and I've sort of worked down the country, so I've got a northern one, I've got a Brummie one, and I've got a Cockney one.
Alright,
Excellent.
we'll look forward to
we're
that.
doing
We've
that
got
later.
quite a lot of competitions, haven't we? Because you've also got your film competition.
He's appearing in The Shining this week, Steve.
Excellent, okay.
We've also got, chimpanzee that. More monkey news from around the world.
Monkey news. Stay tuned for that.
But there's one that I thought we could phase in as we phased out Rockbusters. It's an old favourite. Carl, was before your time. XF Family Fortunes.
XF Family Fortunes, it's brilliant.
Get a
It
couple
owes
of people
nothing
online.
to TV show Family Fortunes.
No, it's XF Family Fortunes.
You can't get him on that.
So we'll be playing that a little bit later as well with 2 lucky people at the moment, and we'll be giving away some great prizes, I imagine,
Excellent,
Steve.
yeah.
Go through those a little bit later.
Yeah.
As it was Valentine's weekend, what about a lovely song by Lloyd Cole?
Oh.
Like lovers do.
I'd love to
yeah?
hear it.
Lloyd Cole, like lovers do, on XFM 104.9.
Is that for all the lovers out there?
Yeah, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and little Carl Pilkington. Oh, we're having a laugh, aren't we? Little Carl with his
Hey,
sandwich
he's
and
cheered
that.
up,
with
hasn't
his- Oh, I'm still bruised where you punched me in the shoulder, showing that you could box.
Yeah, to be fair though, Rick, you do think that you're now a professional boxer
I'm
because
like
you've been on the telly
like
boxing.
Marciano, yeah.
No, he does. I mean, he laughs about it, but he does walk around thinking, yeah, I could probably handle myself in a street brawl.
In fact, I walk around handling myself
Yeah.
a lot of the time, don't I,
Yeah.
Carl?
And often Carl.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love it's because his little round head. I've got another mate that's got a little bald head, and I'd like to squeeze it. I'd just like to see how far. Do you know what I mean? Like an egg, you can squeeze it that way, sort of sideways, and that hurts. But then squeeze it forward to back, it doesn't hurt so much, does it?
Do you know what worries me though? I think if you ever actually did crack Carl's head, I think yolk would come out.
Yeah, he was drawing, and I gave him a little karate chop on the back of the neck, and he jumped. He spasmed.
Sorry, you gave him a karate chop on the back of the head?
Yeah.
To be fair though, I think I'd spasm, Rick. If a man crept up behind me and karate chopped me in the neck,
Oh,
that's
didn't I
probably a
laugh,
natural
Carl?
reaction.
Didn't I laugh,
Oh,
eh,
yeah,
Carl?
that's right, good laugh.
Oh, so we got lots of little things to get through. I mean, look at his little face. You're right. We had a little lunch yesterday, didn't we?
We did indeed, that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I hate going out with you two.
I was explaining to Carl, right? I like to excite Carl's imagination, right? And if it involves chimps or monkeys, all the better. Brains he likes, parts of the body, deformity. You know, I know where to, you know, what buttons to push. And I told him about this thing. I don't know if any of you out there know about this, but there's an experiment they did in the 50s, a clinical psychology experiment where there's your 2 hemispheres of the brain, okay? They're joined by a thing called the corpus callosum, right? Which is just a little flap of skin, like a little scarlet lead that joins your 2 hemispheres. And what they did, they cut that in half, and they thought it was a cure for schizophrenia, but what it turned out to be, or epilepsy, I think, I can't remember, was that your 2 sides of your brains didn't function together together, you couldn't get information. I was telling Carl all this thing, and one of the things I told him was that they did it on a monkey, and it fought itself over a nut. Like, its right arm was connected, you know, by its left lobe of the brain, and it was fighting over itself. And Carl went, instead of, like, thinking this is amazing experiment, he went, would it have been happy if you'd given it 2 nuts?
Yeah, I know. Well, you started off by explaining it, and I remember you mentioned, because I was watching the two of you as you were describing it to me, you said, of course, one side of the brain deals with, symbolism, and as you said the word symbolism, I noticed Carl drift away from looking at you, pick up his mobile phone, and start pressing buttons randomly. And I thought it was the word symbolism that got him, and I noticed it took you just a moment longer, and I think the first thing you said was, when did I lose you?
Yeah, I knew I'd lost him.
It's extraordinary, and he doesn't even try to disguise it.
I said nomenclature at one point as well.
Right, yeah.
And I knew I was dicey with death there.
Yeah.
But, but I told you, tried to look it up, didn't you, on the web? You didn't find anything about it, did you?
The spelling of it's, what is it again? What's the word?
Corpus callosum.
Yeah, so I couldn't do it.
No, it's no point.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Give up.
Don't bother.
Give up.
So if anyone knows any interesting facts about that,
but yours hasn't been cut in half, has it, Carl? That would, again, might explain something.
I'll tell you what we will be talking about later. I don't know if you're sort of aware of them, Steve.
Go on.
Bonobos.
Oh,
I don't know much about bonobos.
I told him about, he was looking for stuff. I said, put in bonobo. He was having no luck with chimp. And they're a form of chimpanzee, but, they're even closer to us, evolutionarily speaking. They've got their social, groups are more like ours, they're more intelligent. And he was loving it, weren't you?
So is it human bonobo Carl? Is that how it works on the evolutionary ladder?
Chimp Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about 'em.
So we're talking about bonobos, you're excited about that?
Yeah,
That's coming up in, Monkey News?
No, I think it's a bit of a monkey bonus.
We always like a monkey bonus.
WC, featuring Snoop, The Streets on XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. I think we should, kick off with a bit of a competition. I think we should get the listeners involved here. Phone up if you want to play XF Family Fortunes.
Now, a lot of people, of course, won't be familiar with this because we played this in the very early days of XFM.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain the rules, or do you just want people to phone in?
It's like Family Fortunes. We need 2 of you. I asked you.
Do you remember we discussed this before? You can't say that.
Yeah. And so get 2 on the line. You're competing against each other, and so it's fingers on the buzzers. Will you stop chewing, picking your teeth? I mean, even if the listeners can't hear, it really annoys me.
It is a bit like having a chimp in the room.
Do you know what I mean, Carl?
Right.
Have you ever seen him eat hot food?
No.
Honestly, it is like a chimp. He's going and what are you doing? What? Just get... Oh, God.
Or like the Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Oh.